poll numbers.
Yeah,
well.
let's break down some of these poll numbers and bring in Juan Williams, a Fox News political analyst, along with Charlie Hurt. He is a columnist for the Washington Times. I want to start with a quote from one of the pollsters at Quinnipiac who put this thing together. Tim Malloy says, a rousing chorus of bah humbug for President Barack Obama as American voters head into the holidays with little charitable to say about the president. And the numbers would seem to bear that out. Jenna had the number just a little bit before. The approve-disapprove number, 38% in the Quinnipiac poll approve of the job President Obama is doing. 57% disapprove. When you look at the Republican numbers, 6% approval, not surprising. 76% approval among Democrats, not surprising. But look at the independent numbers there, Juan. 30% of independents approve, 62% disapprove of the job the president is doing. And we all know elections are won and lost among the independents, right?
No question about it. So bah humbug is exactly right, John. You know, right now the average, the Real Clear Politic average is about 41. The Quinnipiac poll at 38 is the lowest right now. That's the bottom end of the scale. Rasmussen is at the top end with 47%. But what you see overall is a message here that Americans who have been bombarded by negative news about the rollout of Obamacare are pointing the finger at President Obama directly, holding him responsible, even if no one else has been fired, for the problems with that rollout, and saying that given that this is his major legislative accomplishment, who can believe that it has been so badly handled in terms of being introduced to the American people?
Well, and, you know, the rollout of Obamacare seems to be having an effect on people's perceptions of the president overall, Charlie. When asked whether you think President Obama is honest and trustworthy, 44% say yes, 52%, more than half, now say no. Is that because of the if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor brouhaha?
I think it has a lot to do with that, but it also has to do with the general environment and the general sort of take on Obamacare. With the numbers we're looking at right now, President Obama is literally the exact inverse of about where he was when he was at his most popular as president, and he has enjoyed some very some very popular numbers out of polls, historically speaking. But I think that what Jenna put her finger on the most important key here, and that is that President Obama doesn't face another election. As bad as these numbers are, as embarrassing as these numbers are, as difficult as these numbers make it for him to carry out any other agenda items that he wants to. The problem is that the Democrats in Congress, they do face re-election, so they're walking the plank for his disastrous Obamacare and the disastrous rollout. And so I think that what we're going to see over the next 8 or 12 months is a real turning among Democrats in Congress on Obama, and a real reticence to go along with him on anything. And I think that in turn creates kind of a negative spiral for him.
Yeah, Juan, after the government shutdown, Republicans not particularly popular among the voters, and they're still not when Congress's approval ratings are measured. And yet, when asked if the election were held today, would you want to see Republicans or Democrats win control of the Senate and the House? Two separate polls, and the numbers are the same. Voters say 47% in this Quinnipiac poll say give the Senate to the GOP, and the same for the House. 47% say give the House to the GOP. That's got to be a real millstone for Democratic candidates as we go forward.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to remember that a month ago, the numbers were more than flipped. I mean, they were more extreme in terms of favoring the Democrats. That was after the federal government shutdown, which got blamed on the Republicans. So what I would say is, look, Charlie pointed out, we're 12 months away, basically, from the next election. There's a long way to go. And I think the dynamics are going to shift. There's so many things in the wind. We don't know how it plays out in terms of, 6 months from now, as we watch the insurance companies set their rates. How will Obamacare be viewed then? We don't know. What we do know is over the last few months, he's been getting hammered mercilessly and held responsible for that fiasco. But it's really key when you look at voter preference, and this comes back to what you were talking about, John, independence in terms of Republicans and Democrats. And right now, the political favors are running to among independents are running towards Republicans.
Well, and interesting as we say goodbye, 41% of the people say the top priority from Washington, from the president, from the Congress, ought to be the economy.
Oh, yeah.
14% say health care.
Right.
So he's picked an issue that's dragging him down, and people don't even seem to care all that much about the overall issue. Juan Williams, Charlie Hurt, thank you both.
Very welcome,
Thanks,
John.
John.